Why, hello there, fellow miners. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium. Episode 17. Thumping the sands for gold, glass, and gains. Alright, nice. You now have fever control. So now I have nearby players are more resistant to hypothermia, which should also help my, Oh, and if you're wondering, I didn't go upstairs, it's because there's, like, nothing up here. It's like a solar panel that is not removable without cheese and exploits. But yeah, now I have an AoE hyperthermia resistance, and that's going to be really good for all my pets, because between Tuskers and Hyenas, now everything around the base will have a 15% to heat, 15% to cold, so that they're... one of the big things about that is when you're too hot or you're too cold, your combat, your melee damage goes down. So there's actually like a measurable penalty for being too hot or too cold. So being able to negate that actually makes your pets stronger. So it's surprisingly a combat ability to pick up too, if you think about it that way. I kind of regret not bringing at least one of my Tuskers here, because, like, if I'm heading to a cave that's potentially full of resources, I probably should have brought a means to move said resources, but whatever. So this cave, if you're wondering, leads to, the swamps, which is why I already just picked up the whole swamp aura here, chronically wet. I just want to make sure he's not getting shot by drones. He's fighting something. Oh yeah, okay. I'm glad my intuition was like, Pet needs help, because Pet got mega ganked. And this is like the level of combat you will probably encounter without one of those, like, creature deterrents. It's why I only came here with the deterrent on, because, like, yeah. If I hadn't run out there, the hyena would have died, 100%. A level 5 hyena won't be able to beat a moa, a raptor, a drone, and a hyena all together. Like, no way. Alright, come on, cave. Where's your resources? Platinum. Iron. I wish I had a flashlight. The AoE light off of the bio-lantern is nice, but in a large cave like this, you kind of need directional light. And at this point, I'm like in the swamp. So this cave might not be useful. I think there was the left side of it that I didn't really explore. So I'll keep poking around. It looks pretty lame. Oh, titanium. That's a start. Just a reminder, the tier 5 stuff requires, like, a truly ridiculous amount of titanium. Like, somewhere in the order of magnitude of, like, 1,000 ingots. Maybe not quite 1,000, but, like, 500 to 1,000 raw ore, maybe even close to 1,000 raw ore is, like, maybe what you need. So just keep that in mind. Oh yeah, here we go. And you're somewhere behind me. I don't see any deep drill sites here, like at all. So I think the result of this... Oh, freaking lungs. Will be... Yeah, let's get a deep drill on that gold site. Let's just create a semi-permanent solution. Because it seems like we're going to need to set up a gold deep drill and a thumper. So I'll add that to the priority right now. Alright, tame a raptor. And build gold, drill, and thumper. So the gold drill is going to be for the gold income, and the thumper will be mostly for copper, because I don't have a copper deep site near me. Because it's very reasonable to find lots of copper when you thump. But generally not too much gold. And the next talent point I'm getting here is the Endless Hunger, which is the health restored on kill, which we can get up to 30%. Easily the best talent in the game for pets, if they can have them. We still don't have the raptor tamed, I can tell, because there's only 2 little things over there. Yeah, at least the cave here is already wired. That is true. Could be worse. Now, I know if I'm going to be deep mining, I'm also going to need another wind turbine, too, as part of that requirement. You want food? Here you go. 61%, not bad. And then with all the drones I killed, I ended up pulling, like, 20-something, iron back with me. Oops. I think... Where'd you go? Dang it. Oh, stop wandering off. I think I'm going to keep timber here for now. Because this raptor is gaining the hyperthermia, which keeps it within its temperature tolerance. As you can see, it has that hyperthermia modifier on it. So it's going to be happier with Highland here. Hence leaving Highland here. So, let's get a stone foundation for another wind turbine. And another wind turbine, which is going to be 5 carbon fiber for epoxy and resin. Move it to the front of the queue. Now, what else do we need for wind? Gold wire. Oh, yeah. Chicken and the egg, right? Well, that's good, because we just brought some gold home. And then I think it's going to need, yeah, just some aluminum, which we already have smelted over here. It's no problem. Running with the pistol animation's goofy. Yep, a little bit. I move faster with it, which is why I'm running around with it. But I do not deny it looks a little silly. Alright, so now we're going to be generating extra power to be able to afford the, the drill. Oh, my power tool's inside. And then we'll get the drill going. Alright, just taking a look. We generate 5,200 power. It's a good amount of power. So we want the electric drill. This thing. Deep mining drill, that's 8 carbon fiber and aluminum. And that's not too expensive. If I have the... I might not have the organic resin for it, though. So I think we're going to have to pick up some organic resin. Because, yeah, I only have enough. Okay, so I need some oxide. Level up again. There we go. And here's more food. I cannot wait to get a raptor. So, just looking for oxide. Looking for the blue stuff. Because how nice it is to just be able to, like, shoot one bullet to down a drone to get, like, electronics and wires and stuff. It's one of the reasons why I'm just, like, hunting all drones. Because I get more resources by far than I spend. And it's also why I spec'd into both rifles and pistols. Pistols because the drones give me pistol bullets, and rifles for when I want a little bit more punch. When I'm trying to hunt a boss or something big. So, like, if I end up pissing off, like, a trap jaw, and I happen to have, like, a bolt-action rifle, yeah, I'll use it. Because the bolt-action rifle is going to hit a lot harder than a pistol. Shut up, Draven. So many things want to eat me. That must be so tasty. How's the little guy doing? Sleepy? Okay, keep eating. And sleeping. Most of my plants are probably close to being harvestable. Yes, 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 yes. All right, let's do some reaping. So I'm getting the tea so I can make a hot beverage in case I have to go to the Arctic. The prickly pears, the yeast, all this stuff is just so that I have more seeds. So everything ultimately is going to get fed into the seed. Except for, like, I'll keep some tea. I'll keep like 15 tea and churn up the rest. Can you make a flashlight? I could. That's not what I'm working on right now, though. So the drill that I want is 8 carbon fiber. Okay. There it is. All the paste. And as soon as the paste gets processed, we have everything we need for it. Perfect. Okay, I'll put this in the electric. Do it faster. Alright, in the new plots, I had mentioned needing fiber, because I was pretty low on fiber. So do 4 fiber, and then in the other ones, we'll do berries. 2 berries, and then maybe 2 agave, just to get more seeds. Yeah, there are better batteries. So, right now, I just have a basic battery pack, but there's this advanced one that stores 6 million rather than 1 million. It's just a vertical rack of batteries. right, looking good. So plants are planted. The carbon fiber is done. So let's get the drill set up now. Sweet. So down here, we already know that there's a gold site. I should have probably cataloged what the other cave had. Maybe I'll go back to it right now just to figure it out. But now we are deep drilling for gold. So we'll have gold income. And then the other thing I wanted to do, which I'll add to the priority, well, it's already up there, is to get the thumper. So the thumper will allow us to replenish the voxels in this cave, which will put more copper back for the most part. Like generally it's like copper, iron, like those are the very common metals. So I have I'll be able to thump for my copper and I'll be able to drill for my gold. And between those two, that should help us produce the electronics that we'll need. So I'm going to mine out all the voxels in this cave and then thump the voxels back. And in the process of thumping, I'll probably wait until I have the Raptor tamed, so that the act of defending the thumper will also level up the Raptor, level up the hyena, and I'll leave the other two, the two tuskers at home. But I want to mine out all the voxels here so that when we thump, we replace them all back. So I think that's everything. I think this mine is completely stripped out. What's that? Why? Is my deterrent? No, it's on. Why are you so close to my base, dude? It's a Korin, so it's not like a hostile creature. But I didn't have it in my bestiary, so there we go. Adding it. And you are 84% of the way there. Sweet. Shouldn't be long. And as soon as I make it daytime, it will be a better temperature for the Raptor, so it won't be suffering from the wrong temp AoE. I am down to my final cooked white meat. I could, of course, plant something for the extra slot, or I'll use beer. That'll be my 5th slot once now that I'm out of the cooked meat. The free beer that I got off those soldiers that I killed. Or rather, I self-defended myself from. Yes. Own the narrative. Okay. Daytime. So the current priority now is to tame a raptor and build a thumper. Or a humper, as I typed it out. So, the prototype thumper is very cheap to build, surprisingly. It's 8 titanium ingots, 8 concrete, some epoxy, some composite, some steel, some electronics, but it's very inexpensive for what it does, in my opinion. So, the first thing we're going to need is the composites, I think. So that is 12 composite paste. Done. And then 8 concrete. And that's all I'm missing for it. So the concrete requires silica, which I'll have to go mine because I don't have a lot of it. Can you grow up already? All right, let's get the other pets watered. They can't starve to death. They can't dehydrate to death. But if we're about to activate a thumper, making sure they don't have any, like, malices is probably a wise idea. In case the fighting spills over to the base. Then I'll have, or if I have to call these guys in via whistles. So you are about to be tamed. But I'm not going to run the raffle for it until it's, like, actually formally tamed, because, you know, it might die and I don't want to jinx it. Alright, the composite paste. Shoving it in there, and then we'll get a little bit more silica to make the concrete, and then we'll have the thumper. And the thumper's radius is like maybe 25% larger than the creature deterrent, so even if I put the thumper right in my own backyard, which I won't for reasons, but even if I put it right in my own backyard, it would refresh the cave that it'll live next to. But what I also could do is I could thump like here if I wanted to try to get both that cave and that cave if I mine this cave fully out as well. I won't do it this time, but like maybe that will be a good idea for like the permanent thumper location in the future, is to have it equidistant between the two local caves, so I refresh both local caves at the same time. Basically, the way the thumper works is, depending on how many voxels it has to refresh, the act of thumping becomes more dangerous. So it's like 0 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 plus, something like that. I forget exactly what the thresholds are, but it's something along those lines. So if you're only refreshing a little amount of resources, it's less dangerous to thump. So there is a bit of an advantage to do one small cave over and over and over again, rather than like a lot of caves and then thump them all back. Because a lot of caves and thumping all back, you'll end up with a far bigger fight on your hands. If you can handle the fight, then it's a moot point, obviously. But, and it will also thump these small voxels, these, the silica, salt, oxide, coal, and sulfur voxels back too. It does the stone as well, so if you heavily mine out all the small voxels... Oh, shoot. If you heavily mine out all the small voxels near you, you'll also have a more dangerous thumping too. I feel like I'm probably surrounded by dangerous animals. Yeah, you can see how many health bars there are here. This is an indicator of like what some parts of the desert are like for spawn rate. Like imagine trying to have to like defend your base from all that jazz. It's like just too many enemies. So it said, what, 8? Done. I'll just put the rest of the silica in there anyway. Ooh, Raptor, how you doing? Oh, you're an adult! Stay, or actually follow defensive. Jurassic perks! Tame a raptor. Alright, you, my friend, stay here. And raffle timer is up. So here's the raptor tree for skills. One of the reasons why they're really powerful. So this one is a wild one. It got a bonus for mount cargo inventory slots, which is awesome. It got a small bonus. It got a small bonus for vigor and a small bonus for movement speed. it broke even for everything else. So it has more mount cargo than average, which is really, really nice. So some of their big talent points. They have the Endless Hunger as a mount, which is unusual, which is why they're really powerful. They have the Toughness. They have an attack speed one. Now, I will warn you, Blast Fangs might look good. A lot of melee damage for a loss of physical resistance. I don't think it's worth it. They die very easy with, like, negative physical resistance. The other thing, the Astonishing Blow, is a stun attack, which is really nice. Actually, can you follow me up? Because, like, I'm in a storm and I don't want to be. Thank you. Good enough. Another warning, I don't know if it's still true, but the Ember evolution, which allows them to do fire damage and then a chance to burn with attacks. In my experience, if the burn damage over time kills the target, it does not trigger Endless Hunger, meaning they don't heal from it. Meaning, Ember evolution, in my opinion, is a bad skill. It adds fire damage, not a lot of fire damage to be fair, and then it burns them, but the act of burning them is like kind of sucks. So I don't touch that as a result. Then they have like jumping, fall damage, movement speed, sprint speed, cargo weight and mount slots, stamina consumed by sprinting. This is a big one where they'll have more food and water consumption, but a huge resistance to both cold and heat. And as I was saying before, when you're too hot or you're too cold, you suffer a lot of malices. So that's actually really, really good. The increased metabolism is amazing, in my opinion. And then you also have Nurtured Recovery, which gets up to 200% health recovery. But their base, this one's base health recovery is 10 per minute, which is like nothing. So 200% of 10 per minute still sucks. And then you also have 9 lives, which is the same thing that some of the other animals like Moa have, where they create a juvenile when killed, which is really good for breeding. So that's the long and short of the Raptor. Happy to have it finally. And I'm going to get a basic saddle for it, because the dedicated Raptor saddle is rather expensive. The dedicated Raptor saddle is this one, which gives them extra movement speed. But it just costs a lot of platinum weave, which I don't have the resources for. But I will have... I'm working on it if I got more platinum and a lot more fiber. Oh, speaking of fiber. Let's plant more fiber. Because if I want that nice harness, I will need a hell of fiber for it. Because it's pretty fiber expensive. So the fact that it's wild is its bloodline. This is its bloodline, which changes what it gets per level. So it has a chance to hemorrhage on attacks with hit per level. And there's a bunch of different types of like bloodline. Some are more desirable, some are less desirable. So for instance, one that's really nice for like a travel pet, for instance, would be the bloodline of Timid. I know how strange that sounds, but Timid gives them movement speed per level. So like a timid animal with the Timid bloodline actually is a net benefit because they'll just move super fast. Alright, so I'm going to get a basic riding saddle, which is leather, fur, and rope for the Raptor. I don't even know I have enough fur. I might need to go kill some cougars or something. Oh no, I have 10. I needed 6, so barely hit the threshold, but still. Gecko Bear, thank you for the resub. And then my other ones, Tall Paw was hardy, which gives health and stamina regeneration per level. And then Petarisk was stout, which gives weight capacity per level, but increased perceived threat. So like this would be really bad for, you know, for a combat, like a small animal, because they don't get weight allowance. So like, who cares, right? Not all the bloodlines are like particularly useful, in my opinion. All right, Cutter, you're going to be named after Fangface. Oh, perfect name for a Raptor. Okay, back to thumping. So grab the concrete. Make the thumper. Oh, am I missing something? Oh, the composites. Yes. This takes up a heavy slot, which is why my heavy slot is currently empty. Now I'm Death Stranding style. Drop the thumper. Honestly, right here is fine. Actually, a little bit further from the base so that the base doesn't come under attack. And then if you check your map, this circle is where it's going to regenerate voxels. So it's going to regenerate almost everywhere I've been mining. And it's risk level medium. So it's not going to be an easy fight, a medium fight. I think for this, I'm just going to make the decision to involve everyone. So I'm going to have everyone on aggression rather than defensive. Where's Timber? There he is. Aggressive. All right. We are going to thump for resources. Tell him to stay here. And hit it. And this is like a wave attack, where you have to defend the thumper from waves of enemies. Waves of worms. And I'm really only going to bother attacking the big ones. I don't care about the small ones. My pets will do that. It's actually a benefit to their experience and health if I leave the small ones for them. So what I'm doing here is I'm just petting them all for like share XP, so they level up better. So now they've all been pet. And I'm really only going to pull out the handgun if they're low on health, or if it's a boss. Oh, speaking of which. Open your mouth. No, open it. Open it. Because the land sharks are a bit too much for, like, my pets to likely fight without injury. And the first thing I'm going to work for Fangface is Endless Hunger for regen on kill. Oh, there's another NPC tower over there. And we are 33% done. Thanks to the hyperthermia and hypothermia benefits, our pets are not, like, overheating right now, which is awesome. For, you know, 50 degrees Celsius temperatures. The fact that, like, our animals are, like, comfortable. Well, not the Tuskers. So the Tuskers are too hot. Oh, hello. Ooh, 2 face shots. How's that feel? Another one. You're so done. Bye-bye. Get the giant trophy. There's actually another thing to do with your vestiges. You can sell them now to NPCs. So the land shark vestige. Oof, you guys just took fire damage from that thing, huh? The land shark vestige, if you don't want a bunch of trophies, can serve a purpose. Alright, come over here. Come on. Alright, Fangface, you now have Endless Hunger Tier 2. Nice. And Timber, how about you? You have not leveled up yet. Again. We are 75% done. Or 74. This has been pretty easy. Having the pets take out all the small things. The fact that this isn't high threat. %, health, 61, 100%, 90%. No one's really in any threat. Also, IRL, I'm getting hella thunder right now, so like, if I disappear, that's why. Just letting you know. Rude. I see you. Oh, Timber must have gotten a killing blow because he's up to full health. So Timber's next skill I'm getting is the just higher melee damage. That one's really nice to have too. But there we go. We finished Thumping. Baneface now has max endless hunger. All animals are going to follow me back to underneath the base, and then I'm going to go kill some humies. Come on. Yes, animals give each other the aura buffs. You can physically see it, right? Like, here's Fangface with both the Tusker buff and the Hyena buff. That's why it's so dang good. Alright, Timber, follow. Let's get him. No, go up there. I go first. Weaklings. Oops, I grabbed the gruel. Didn't mean to. I don't really need their micro meals. I have better things to put in my stomach. Ooh, there's a lot of raptors over there. And weirdly enough, their flare only called in one drone. They don't always call in a whole bunch of drones, but odd that it was just a single. So I'm going to have the Hyena and Timber and Fangface follow me a lot for a bit so that I can level them up. Because they're going to be a lot more powerful the higher level they get. So let's see what we got from the cave. What kind of resources we found. Do they have Sports Illustrated? Yeah, they have some, like, magazines. Ah, gold. And platinum. Awesome. So, yeah, this is all of the voxels in this cave got regenerated from the thumper. And we walked away with regenning 2 gold sites, which is awesome. Because our bottleneck for the manufactory was gold, I think. Gold and other things we can easily grind for, but the gold was the tough part. If we wanted the Raptor saddle, I'd also get the platinum. Basically, we made it out like bandits with that thumping, because 2 nodes of gold is great. Plus the 50 gold we got for free there. I guess not free. I did have to make a drill and power it. But at lower cost. No grind. Did they? Oh, yes. The mining leveled you up. All right. Let's get you melee damage 30%, working towards speedy attacks. And then after that, I'll probably go with, like, mount speed. Because the Raptor's going to be my, like, main mount for a bit. 110 copper ore pulled in. Not too shabby. Was there another gold in the roof? There might have been. I might have missed something. All right, before we go back down there, let's tend crop. So I had mentioned if we wanted the mount, we'll need a lot of platinum weave. It's 15 platinum weave. So I got the platinum and the fiber grow for that. So I'm gonna I'm gonna plant wheat now, maybe. Hopefully I have enough fiber. So I'll plant 4 wheat. And then, 2 more fiber. It looks like I need to grind some of the fiber that I have up into seeds because I'm low on fiber seeds. That's fine. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow prospectors.